Here we go. Maybe you can hear me now. Shot, save, made. Rebound goes over to the side. It's very excellent. All right. Now he's got to fix the video again. But gets snapped up to the blue line, brought into the neutral zone by the Royals. They penetrate down into the ozone. Shot, save, made. That puck gets deflected, goes up into the netting. We'll have ourselves a face-off in the Royals' end of the ice. Face-off won by the Royals. They snap this puck, goes all the way down the length of the ice, and we're going to get to do that one again. That's an icing. Wrong way. Oh, that's going to be a trip. First penalty of the game goes against the Royals. As Jake Boskamp goes to the box for a tripping. JCC on the power play. Shot fired, blocked in the slot. Rebound goes to the corner. Weinbar picks this up, sends this back out to the point. Now this gets fired in. Mason Savage fires that shot, blocked. And Royals trying to clear that puck out. Sent back into the corner. Now grabbed by Jacob Rezo. Not able to get it out. Fed back to Mason Savage. Savage gives this to Kellen Duffy. Duffy feeds this to Busy. Bismarck to Weinbar. Weinbar to Duffy. Shot. Save made. Easton Hildebrand. Face off to the right side of Hildebrand. Weinbar loses that face off, and that is sent all the way down the length of the ice by the Royals. Back in the trapezoid, puck picked up. Mason Savage feeds this over to Bismarck. Here comes Bismarck through the middle of the ice, drops his puck off of Blevins. Blevins fires it across. Board pass to Weinbar. Weinbar cycles it up to the top to Duffy. Duffy over to Savage. Savage shot. Save made. Hildebrand. Rebound goes up into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the zone. Face-off puck comes out into the neutral, played by Barrett. Barrett passes this across to Mason Jeeves. Jeeves drops this back to the defense for Nate Van Wee. Van Wee over to Barrett. Carson passes this up to Van Wee. Van Wee into the neutral zone. Backhand pass over to Tyler Sovey. Sovey tries giving it back to Nate. Back to Sovey. Shot, low, save, and diving on top of it is Hildebrand for the faceoff. Tyler Sovey wins that faceoff, pulls his puck back for Nate Van Wee. Van Wee looking, snaps this into the slot, comes it back out for Kellen. I'm sorry, not Kellen. That is Mason Jeeves. Oh, my goodness. Now backhanded over to Jeeves. Jeeves up at the hash mark to Eversole. He tried passing this across the bear, and it gets deflected away. Carson's going to hustle back and pick this puck up at his end of the ice. Only got 5 seconds remaining in the player advantage for JCC. Backhand pass out for Eversole. Misses him. Off the boards, picked up by Hudson Kozlowski of the Royals. Kozlowski fires this out. Caught, shot, tipped in front by Sovey, and it goes up and hits the netting. Nice attempt. Mason G saw the opportunity. Good attempt at a tip by Sovey. Ends up going wild up into the netting. And we need a new puck. Somebody lost the biscuit. We're just waiting for a new biscuit. I don't know what that guy's doing. Saluting, maybe. Linebar and Abrahams squaring off for the faceoff. And Abrahams pulls this puck back. Royal send this around. Salvaradnam trying to get this out. Fired in by Duffy. Save made. Hildebrand. Salvaradnam's going to have to find a better way to get that puck out of the zone. Otherwise, it's going to find itself in the back of the net. Weinbar and Abrahams again. Abrahams pulls this back. Weinbar just goes around him. Feeds this out into the slot. And Caden Perini not able to deliver on that. Puck goes across. Salvaradnam brings this over the blue line into the O-zone. Picked up by Kellen Duffy behind his own net. Sends this over Perini. Perini can't get out. Goes off of a Royal defender. And Weinbar picks this up. Weinbar fakes the shot. And it is taken back out by Kozlowski in the neutral zone. Pass all the way across for Sanford. Sanford tries feeding this through to Weinbar. Breaking Weinbar. Not able to hit him. Colton Knox comes back with this puck for the Royals. Knox on the side loses that puck and losing his footing. Colton Knox goes down for reasons I don't understand. Breakout pass intended for Esposito. Not able to catch it on his backhand. Snap back out by Abraham. Now penetrating back into the O-zone. Chase Brown. Brown in deep at the corner. Looking for somebody to pass. He goes in. Drops it. Puts it down in front. One-timer shot. Taken by Asher Cabral. Save made. Whistle. I don't know what happened. Did the net come off or it did? The official's going over. He saw the net tip up as Presley tried pushing off of the post. I think he moved it a little. 5 on each side. Face off won by the Royals. Dawson Abraham tries that shot. Save. Rebound loose in the paint. And it dances over wide right. Goes into corner. Centering attempted. Gets deflected by Owen Van Brockland. Now in the corner. Esposito has it. Tanner mauled. Coming up with this puck. Mason Jeeves trying to get this out. Fired from the point by Asher Cabral. Puck goes into the corner that I can't see. Out it comes. Chasing it down. Owen Eversole can't catch up to it. Sends this into the middle. Drew Blevins trying to get a piece of it. Taken away by Asher Cabral. Cabral on the right side. Over the blue line. In deep. At the circle. Has that puck knocked away by Van Brockland. Eversole after it. Now Van Brockland swatting at it. Coming in, picking this up. Tucker Copeland comes around behind. Puts this up to the point for Voskamp. Voskamp loses this. Eversole able to get this out into the neutral zone. Ty Story fires this in. Calls for a change. Van Brockland from behind his net. Attacked by Brown. Gives this over to Barrett. Barrett fires this around for Blevins. Blevins found an opportunity. Check a Royal. One-timer. Miss. Nice setup. Ashton DeBauer not able to get his stick on there. And that puck goes off the stick of Blevins, and it hits the roof. We'll have a face-off in the JCC zone. Face off to the left side of Presley Patron. Face off won by the Royals. Puck comes back to the point. Pass all the way across. Jacob Bradshaw takes this into the boards, and this puck is ripped out, and that's going to be an icing against JCC. 10 minutes, 55 seconds to go in this opening period. We are scoreless. Last night's game ended in a 5-4 victory for the Cannoneers and a spectacular dinner. In that game was Cameron Weinbar's 50th. That's 5-0 career collegiate goal. Puck held in by Adam Beatty. Nate Van Wee misses it. Breakout pass to Mason Jeeves. He takes that into the corner. Jeeves with it. Sends it towards the trapezoid centering pass intended for Weinbar. Never made it to him. Puck picked up by Ashton DeBauer. He fires this over towards the point position. Tucker Copeland skates this back. Tries sending this up at the hash board. Weinbar sends this back in deep. Puck pass back behind the net. Now touched out by DeBoer into the neutral zone. Carried into the offensive end by Jake Voskamp. And now picking this puck up, Cameron Weinbar feeds this to Jeeves. Mason Jeeves over the blue line into the O-zone. Places off the board, fires it, backhand shot. Bismarck, it's a goal! Weinbar throwing sticks away. All right, after that goal score, so I do believe that goal was scored. Let's see. There's a shot save made by Patron. Presley coming up big. So we have a JCC Cannoneers goal scored by number 19, Owen Bismarck, assisted by number 9, Cameron Weinbar. 19 from 9, Bismarck from Weinbar. Time of the Cannoneer goal, 9:53 of the first period. They lead 1-0. At the conclusion of that play, you saw somebody's stick got wrapped up with Cameron's, and Weinbar just threw it to the corner. He received an unsportsmanlike penalty for that. So it is a JCC Cannoneer penalty. Number 9, Cameron Weinbar, 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 9, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike. Time of that minor penalty, 9:53 of the first period. And it's a first power play for the Royals. And they got 30 seconds remaining in that power play. Dawson Abrahams coming down on his right-hand side. Pulls that puck around. He's forced back behind the net, looking for somebody to pass to. Has nobody. Puts this up to the point. Center point now for Salvaradon. He puts this at the face-off dot. Fired. Misses. Back to Salvaradon. He goes wide right off the backboard. Covered up by Presley Patron. So it's nice movement by the Royals, moving that puck all the way around the perimeter for 2 rifle shots by Ethan Salvaradon. Salvaradon got the first goal last night. That goes on net. Save made. Picked up by Asher Cabral, and the teams are even. Mason Jeeves giving Cabral a run for his money. Cabral passes that over to Abrahams, who puts that into the neutral zone. Dumped into the O-zone by Jake Voskamp. Turned back out. Abrahams rips this in deep again. Evan Sanford back to pick this up behind his net. Sends this up along the far boards out into the neutral zone. Sam Pereira gets that, passes it over to Adam Beatty. Beatty moves this up through the neutral zone into the offensive end. JCC there trying to turn that puck back in the corner. Mason G. Royals back out to get it, puts up in the point. Beatty, shot fired, goes off the skate of Mason Jeeves and hits the ceiling. Puck in the neutral zone. Now it goes back into the KCC end. Nice open ice check by Ty Story on Nate Van Wee. Van Wee gets back up. Puck is loose, knocked over to the far side by Jake Hackett. He sends this in deep. Owen Van Broecklyn back to get it. Van Broecklyn checked by Vanderweer. Puck comes up along the near side, now sent back into the trapezoid. Nate Van Wee over to grab it. Van Wee sends this back to Van Broecklyn. Van Broecklyn covered, and picking that puck up is Cameron Weinbar. Weinbar passes this out to Connor Lamb. Lamb trying to get this around Chase Brown, and he loses it. Puck comes back over Ty Story. Had it, lost it. Now puck pass over Sam Pereira with it. Sends this in, and Nate Van Wee catches this at his own blue line. Passes this over to his teammate. Back over. Fired out. Nice stop by Bismarck. Catching that out of the air to avoid the icing. But turned over to the Royals. Charlie Gorman in for a moment. Now here comes Ashton DeBar. DeBar into the JCC end. Passing this all the way across. Pull back shot. Blocked by Sanford. Knocked out of the air. And then to a hand. We got a high stick. Hand pass something or other. Either way, it's going to be a face-off out in the neutral zone. 6:04 to go in the first period. 1-0 JCC with the lead. Bismarck with the face-off. Royals win the draw. Asher Cabral sends that in and is turned back out by Sanford. Colton Knox retreats back in his end of the ice. Passes this puck over to Kozlowski, who gives it right back to Knox. Knox tries sending this up and loses it. Coming back with this puck is Caden Perini. Passes it off, loses. Sanford fires this in low. Tip and grab by Cabral. Cabral skates this around his net. Off the boards and trying to get it out. Out it comes. Tucker Copeland trying to move this forward. Puck taken away by JCC. Diving, sliding, Ashton DeBoer from his side. Tries sweeping at that puck to get a shot on net. Unable to. Charlie Gorman, nice stick lift back check. Bismarck able to pull that puck and get it out into the neutral zone. Retreating back to pick it up. Colton Knox. Knox comes over, fires this puck all the way across for Copeland. Copeland misses it. Sanford turns this out for Blevins, and Drew dumps this puck all the way down over the end line. Retreating back, Hudson Kozlowski. Blevins coming in, not able to put the check on. Kozlowski fires this out, pass one, touched out to Hayden Fernhout. Fernhout shot, kick save, Presley Patron. Loose puck on the side. Eversole fell down for reasons we don't know. Eversole going after that puck. Taken into the trapezoid by Kozlowski. He drops it off for Chase Brown. Brown on the far side almost runs right into Drew Blevins. Moving down, Chase Brown. Shot, save, Presley Patron. 4:27 remaining in the first period. 1-0 JCC with the lead. Salvaratnam fires that, goes off of Eversole's stick and into the netting. Face-off won by the Royals. Salvaratnam passes this over. Shot fired from the point, blocked. Kellen Duffy trying to pull that puck out. Goes up to the point. Kozlowski fires this back in at the goal. And that was Hayden Fernhout tripping over Presley Patron. Puck comes all the way back. Salvaratnam picks this up. Gets this by Eversole. Touched into the neutral zone by Fernhout. Passed up with it now. Dawson Abrahams. Pass it off. Comes back to Dawson. Backhand. And, it was almost stolen by Blevins and taken right back by Fernhot. Lucky Fernhot didn't get a wide open shot on open net. Oh, lifted shot by Dawson Abrahams. Goes over the net. Fired from the point by Jacob Brazo. You know, they don't count as shots on goal unless they go inside that 24 square foot rectangle that's called the face of the goal. Adam Beatty pass it over, swung and missed by Fernhot, and he gets checked by Drew Blevins. Kellen Duffy tries scooping his puck up, comes out into the neutral zone. Mason Savage with it, over the blue line. Savage winds up, shot, save made. Easton Hildebrand, and there's 3:09 to go in the first period. 1-0 JCC lead here at the Sorrel Recreational Center in Clayton, New York. Home of the first annual Cranberry Classic. Cameron Weinbart taking a face-off. Comes into the slot and reaching back. Jax Ackland can't get it out. Jax going after it. Bismarck forechecking, lifting the stick. Comes out to the point. Nathan Wee rips this towards the goal. Blocked by Carson Torrey. Settles down. He sends this off the boards. Pass for Jax Ackland. And Owen Van Brocklin's going to get there first for the icing call. Bring the face-off all the way down by Easton Hildebrand. Cameron Weinbart taking a face-off against Carson Torrey. Torrey pulls it back. Mason Savage steps up, gets that puck. He's checked back behind the net by Sam Pereira. Savage trying to get it. Sam able to take this forward. Comes around on the near side. Sam, short pass up for Jax Ackland. Ackland fires it off the boards as he sees Nate Van Wee. Van Brocklin with that hip check sends a Royal. Was that Noah Wildebor flying through the air? Puck comes out into the neutral zone, grabbed by Asher Cabral. He flicks this in deep. He gets checked. Nathan Wee off the board, stepping up Ty Story to hold that in. Takes out somebody. Van Wee. Van Wee fell down and Savage fell on top of him. This puck gets cleared, and that's going to be an icing. And that'll bring the faceoff back down to the Cannoneers, end of the ice. Look at the fans out here for this Cannoneer hockey. We got students lined up all against the boards. We got parents, siblings, boyfriends, girlfriends, students all up in the bleachers. I don't judge. You never know. Weinbart tried driving forward with that puck off the faceoff. Copeland pushed it in. South Rottenham fires this into the corner for Copeland. Copeland centering pass. That gets tipped away by Presley. South Rottenham going into the corner, centering pass. Distance like shot, save! Shot, save! Wow! What a great couple of rebounds. What a great couple of saves. Presley Patron flinging that left leg. I'm telling you, I think he took that leg off and threw it to the other side of the net to make that save. Absolutely impressive. Weinbart facing off against Abraham. Abraham sends this over to the corner. Nate Van Wee there. Sends it across the front of the net to Sanford. Sanford hits Bismarck. Bismarck comes in. Shot. Glove save. Easton Hildebrand, not to be outdone by his compadre on the other side. And we got some fisticuffs going on here. Sanford's in there. Bismarck took the shot. He's laying down on his back. All right, everybody gets unpiled. All right, so we've got a Redeemer University Royals penalty, number 24, Ethan Salvaratnam. 2 minutes for roughing and 2 minutes for roughing. That is a double minor. And then we've got Jefferson Community College, number 7, Evan Stanford, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the minor penalties, 18:07. We should have a 2 minutes up on the board for JCC on the left side there. And we'll end up with a 2-minute power play after 2 minutes. Just waiting for the scorekeeper to rectify the score. Volunteers are doing an exceptional job in the scorer's booth. Shout out to Jessica Whitmore and Samantha Van Brocklin, as well as Corey Keegan for keeping the game sheet score. All right, so it's a 2-minute power play for JCC. What comes around, held in by Savage. Fires this into the corner for Blevins. Blevins has it poked away. Blevins reaches, able to get this puck back out to Mason. Savage out in the middle for Kellen Duffy. Duffy touches this over. It comes back to Duffy. Back to Bismarck. Bismarck feeds this in low for Weinbar. Weinbar comes up. Shot saved. Weinbar wrapping around. Save made. Puck grabbed by Abraham, and he clears the zone. Kellen Duffy retreating all the way back to go pick that puck up. Less than a minute to go in this opening period. Weinbar with it, 45 seconds, sends this in deep, played by Hildebrand. Blevins comes around, not able to get it. Mason Savage trying to hold that puck in, coming over Ty Story. Ty Story gets blasted from behind by Drew Blevins, and Drew's going to go to the box for that hit from behind. Jefferson Community College Cannoneers penalty, number 88, Drew Blevins, 2-minute minor for a hit from behind. Number 88, 2 minutes, hit from behind. Time of the minor penalty, 19:27. So we've got 4-on-4 hockey for a minute 9, and then it'll be a 51-second power play for the Royals in the second period. Here's Owen Ebersol into the offensive zone. Shot, save made, Hildebrand. Face off to the left side of Easton Hildebrand. Hold over to the side. Ebersol shot. Whoa! Hits the glass. Almost took out the official. Picking up on the far side, Tucker Copeland. Copeland into the offensive end, centering pass. Save made. What comes out high? Hudson Kozlowski fires that. That got tipped away by Ebersol. Goes into the corner. 5 seconds to go. Here's Bismarck. That's not Bismarck. Tyler Sobey not going to be able to get that shot off. And after one period of play, it is 1-0 in favor of the Jefferson Community College Cannoneers. Shout out to my sponsors, Two Broke Moms, located on North Jefferson Street in Pulaski, next to the Dollar General. Power Play Sports, exit 47 off Interstate 81 in Watertown. Dupree's Cleaning Services, exteriorcleaning315.com. Top Notch Roofing, CNY.com. Glory Construction and Development. If you're going to have it built in his glory. Streamside, RV Park and Golf Course. If you want to be greenside, you've got to be streamside. And Divots Restaurant and Bar, located inside the clubhouse at Streamside RV Park and Golf Course on Tinker Cavern Road in Pulaski. So from the Thoreau Recreation Center in Clayton, New York, after one period of play, it is 1-0 in favor of JCC. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. right, hockey fans. The audio is back. Just so you know, there is a benefit for Kevin Burns coming up in the spring. Details you can see as they scroll on by. Kevin is hockey family. His son, Will Burns, used to play with my sons in Salmon River. And Will went on and he's doing some juniors hockey now. Kevin is a local small business owner. You don't know Kevin from hockey. You may know Kevin from affordable auto glass. He could have been the person that came and replaced your windshield. He owns and operates affordable auto glass, and he recently had a stroke and is currently learning how to walk again. So, yeah, he is not running his business, and as a small business owner not working, that makes it very difficult to generate an income. So there is a GoFundMe going on, and we have a benefit coming up in the spring for Kevin and his family. So please, $20 will get you a ticket to the benefit, and that is includes a raffle ticket for a door prize and whatever food is available. There may be additional food brought by people, maybe some for sale, goodies, who knows. Raffle baskets, I'll be there making sure that we're having a good time and staying on time as well. Now let's get back to the action here in Clayton, New York. Here come the boys. Period number 2 is going to begin soon. We got 20 minutes up on the clock, 36 seconds remaining in a 4-on-4 hockey game. And then we'll have 51 seconds of a power play for the Redeemer University Royals. Second period here, Redeemer, the visiting team in blue, will be going from left to right. JCC, the home team in white, will be going from right to left. So I think it's time. My phone is stop charging. Well, the officials are ready. Boys are ready. Here we go. Period number 2 underway. Redeemer bringing this puck in. Oh, a little short pass attempted and missed. Puck goes back behind the net on the far side. The Royals pick this up, send this in deep. Abraham sends this back out to the point for Cabral. Cabral fires this into the corner, picked up by Weinbar. Weinbar passes this around for Kellen Duffy. Duffy not able to finish that pass up to Barrett. Goes back behind the net. Presley plays it there. Gives this back to Weinbar. Cameron establishing. Now shorthanded. Breakout pass to Bismarck. Bismarck shot. Goal! The shorty from Busy. JCC shorthanded goal scored by number 19, Owen Bismarck, assisted by number 9, Cameron Weinbar. 19 from 9, Bismarck from Weinbar. Time of the Cannoneers shorthanded goal, 0:44 of the second period. And they will be shorthanded for 44 more seconds. Royals win this faceoff. Puck goes into the corner. Sobey trying to get it out. Pops up into the air. Knocked down by Kellen Duffy. Duffy rips this all the way around. Puck makes its way into the neutral zone. Chasing it down. Asher Cabral. Cabral passes this over to Salvaradnam. Ethan goes behind his goal. Trying to get things established. Esposito keeping them honest. Puck is passed over to Abraham. Abraham all the way up into the O zone. Drop pass back for Voskamp. Voskamp goes in deep. Pass this out to the point. Salvarado receives it now. Looks to thread it. Sends it over. Short side shot by Jax Ackland. There's another shot. Save made by Presley. Rebound picked up by Abraham. Teams return to even strength. Puck sent all the way out. Touched by Bismarck. Doesn't keep it though. Oh, this puck is bouncing around all over the place. Nobody's keeping it. Perini comes in. And now Gorman. Charlie dumps that puck all the way down the end of the ice. And is it offsides, I guess? Only thing I can think of. Face-off won by Bismarck, comes back to Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin dumps that puck all the way down. Adam Beatty picks us up at the corner at the hash mark, sends us out into the neutral zone. Nate Van Weer retreats back to pick this puck up, snaps it back into the neutral zone. Bismarck with it. Nice tight move by Busy. Sends this in deep. Play behind the net by Hildebrand. Hildebrand leaves it there. Beatty tries to send this around, and it is picked up at the blue line. Turned back momentarily by Gorman, recovered by Adam Beatty. Beatty passes this across, now gets sent up, caught at the blue line by Van Brocklin. He fires that too far, and you realize that Beatty picks this up for the Royals, sends this up to the blue line. Nate Van Weave there, though, for JCC. He dumps this back into the offensive end. Hildebrand plays this behind the net for Adam Beatty. Beatty passes it back over for Sam Pereira. Pereira tries breaking this out, goes off the stick of Charlie Gorman. Van Brocklin retreating all the way back to pick this puck up. Van Brocklin takes this through the trapezoid, snaps it back over to Nate Van Wee. Van Wee tried to hard pass that out to Bismarck, and that ends up being an icing. Way too far in front of him. 16:59 to go in the second period. JCC leads 2-0 here at the Thoreau Recreational Park ice rink in Clayton, New York. Just down the street from Finney's Auto Care. Tyler Sovey trying to send this up and out, not able to held in at the point by Asher Cabral. Moving forward is Tucker Copeland, gets that shot off. Puck goes into the corner, collected by Colton Knox. Knox back to Copeland, shot off the skate of Sovey. Puck picked up on the far side by the Royals. They send that into the middle. Reaching out is Presley, not able to get it. Sovey there lifts that puck over a lost stick. Ty Sovey not able to keep it. That comes up and that hit the scorer's booth. That puck didn't upset the cantilever, right? You're all right? Just making sure. All right, here's the face-off in the neutral zone. Sovey pulls this puck back. Sanford fires it across for Mason Keeves. He's not ready for it. Centering pass, and that is grabbed by Sovey. Sends this out into the neutral zone, reaching and getting it. Kozlowski, DDD pass. Now it comes up to Abraham. Abraham dodges around Jeeves, backhands this in deep, absorbs a hit from Jeeves. Kellen Duffy tried passing that puck over, centering pass by Chase Brown. There's a backhand shot. It's a goal! Chase Brown found that puck as it came through the 5-hole of Presley Patron. So the Redeemer University's first goal of the day by Chase Brown. We'll find out who they credit the assist to in a moment. Bismarck knocks that puck forward. Mason Savage back to get it in the trapezoid. Puck goes over to the corner. Bismarck looking for it. Sent around ahead of Savage. And Cameron Weinbar had it for a moment. Now here come the Royals out with this puck. Moving forward with it, Hayden Furthoff. So that is Redeemer University Royals goal, scored by number 16, Chase Brown, assisted by number 21, Hayden Fernhout. Brown from Fernhout, 16 from 21. Time of the Redeemer University Royals' first goal, 4:14 of the second period. Ebersol taken out, and that's going to be a penalty against the Royals. It's an elbow. Redeemer University Royals penalty, number 82, Carson Torrey, 2-minute minor for elbowing. Number 82, 2 minutes elbow. Time of the minor penalty, 4:57 of the second period. And it's a Jefferson Community College Cannoneers power play. Cameron Weinbar in for the faceoff, pulls this puck back, and it is sent back to Kellen Duffy. Duffy passes over to Savage. Savage sends us in the Weinbar shot, save, rebound. Flick over to the side. And Bismarck not able to hold that in. Passes this puck over to Kellen Duffy. Duffy feeds this up to Drew Blevins. Blevins up for Bismarck. Bismarck can't catch up to it. Jacob Barraza trying to get that puck out. And we're going to have a hooking penalty against Bismarck. Oh, yeah. So it is a Jefferson Community College penalty, number 19, Owen Bismarck, 2-minute minor for hooking. Number 19, 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the minor penalty, 5:24 of the second period, and it's 4-on-4 hockey. Hudson Kozlowski in the corner, sends this up to the point, pass across, back in the middle for Cabral, couldn't get to it. Kozlowski couldn't keep that. Kellen Duffy sends that around. Carson Bear couldn't catch it. Tucker Copeland had it for a moment, then lost it. Mason Savage with this puck, tried passing it over to Weinbar, intercepted by Kozlowski. Kozlowski in, takes that shot, saves made. Puck goes into the corner. Copeland not able to scoop up the rebound. Copeland can't keep that. Savage pokes it away. He's trying to race it by Copeland. Copeland, nice job blocking. Good job back checking. Copeland to the puck first in the corner. It gets loose. Weinbar comes over to try to play it. Weinbar drifts out, tries spearing at that puck, and coming down is Copeland or Cabral. Actually, Cabral in the middle. That's kicked away by Presley Patron. Scooped up by Jake Vankamp. Passed over, swinging and a miss by Fernhout. Follows up, and that goes wide. On the far side, Adam Beatty fires this in. He falls down as he takes that shot. He swings and misses as he takes that shot. Boskamp does. Loose puck, Carson Bear picks it up at the center line, trying to pass that forward, having a hard time doing it. I'm not sure if that puck's regulation height. Everybody keeps fanning on it. Here comes Boskamp for the Royals. Boskamp in the slot. Swept away, and here goes Weinbar. Weinbar ahead on the breakaway. Shot saved! Easton Hildebrand. Rebound comes all the way out, and the Royals are on the power play now for 17 more seconds. And nice save there, Presley Patron. Rebound picked up by Tyler Sovey, and Ebersol falls down on his own because the ice is slippery. Royals with this puck deep. Brings this up into the neutral zone. Chase Brown into the offensive end. Brown looking. Drop pass. Grab by Ebersol. Ebersol can't clear it out. It's picked up. Hayden Fernhout sends this across in the neutral zone. And that's an offsides as Chase Brown had not cleared the zone yet. Teams are even. 12:26 to go in the second period. 2-1. Jefferson Community College with the lead over Redeemer University here at the Sorrow Recreation Center in Clayton, New York. Sovey taking a face-off against Kozlowski. Kozlowski wins the draw. Puck dumped in by Knox. Presley Patron guards us in the trapezoid. It's loose out in front. Swatted at. Wow, that puck comes up. Skating down with it, Mason Jeeves. Jeeves could not get that over to Connor Lamb in the slot. Lamb going in back behind. Mutual check it going on. Jeeves sends this back into the corner. Lamb going over to put a check on. I'm not sure what happens on the other side of that blue. It's a mystery to me. Jax Ackland with this puck. Take it away. Connor Lamb in, left, backhand. Oh! Not able to deliver. And that net is dislodged as Colton Knox got driven into the net, it looks like. Refs are having a quick discussion to make sure that nothing needs to be assessed, and it does not. Face-off will be in the Royals' end of the ice. Tyler Sobe taking the face-off against Jake Boskamp. Puck comes all the way back. Sanford coming after it. Puck comes out in the middle, pushed up into the neutral zone. Now skating back with it is Jeeves. That gets kicked out in the middle by Kellen Duffy. Now turned back. Ty Story with it. Story over, other side, shot. And that hits off the side of net. Copeland trying to bury on the short side. Catches the side of net. Copeland with it now in the trapezoid. Puts it in front. Puck gets knocked over to the side. Connor Lamb gets wrapped up by his own sticks. Ty Story sends this through behind. And Evan Sanford puts this into the neutral zone. Adam Beatty chasing it down. Connor Lamb was there keeping him honest. And Lamb's going to go off for his change as Jake Boskamp gets things set up on his zone. He tried putting this forward. Sanford turns it back, goes right back to Boskamp. Boskamp's going to try again. Boskamp, a little toe drag, get by Sanford, puts this in the middle, and that is scooped off the ice by Presley Patron. 10:36 remaining in the second period. 2-1 JCC with the lead over the Royals. There's a face-off from a knee. Abraham controls it, sends it over to Fernhout, who rips this around the net. Near side, up against the boards, comes out all the way across. Fernhout over to get it, sends this puck in deep, back behind Chase Brown trying to get possession. Nate Van Wee backhands this up for Esposito. Can't get it, goes back for Van Wee. Van Wee and Abraham tied up. Abraham gives this puck over to Copeland. Not Copeland. That's Brown. Chase Brown. Loose in the middle. Esposito takes this puck up. Espo passes over to his right side for Colin. Not Colin, for Drew. I just saw the 8 and saw Colin, but Colin is still out on concussion protocol. That was Drew Blevins that received that puck. Esposito puts a check on. Puck goes in deep. With it is Chase Brown trying to get that on net. Barrett trying to get it around Brown. Comes out. Nate Van Wee has it. And we have a charging penalty against JCC. So Jefferson Community College minor penalty, number 88, Drew Blevins. 2-minute minor for charging. Number 88, 2 minutes charge. Time of the minor penalty, 10:23 of the second period. And it's a shot saved, Presley Patron. It's a power play opportunity for Redeemer University. Face-off pushed forward by Weinbar. Now comes out to the point. Ethan Salvaratna gives this over to Ackland. Back to Ethan, sends this in deep. Owen Van Brocklin rips his, tries riding the glass, and now it's just another puck caught in the netting. $9:15 to go in the second period. 1:38 in the player advantage for Redeemer University. Redeemer wins this faceoff Ethan Self-Rottenham takes us to the top of the point, center point. Fake pass by Jack Hoffman. Now he sends this in deep. Pass over. Oh, goes behind Jake Voskamp. Held in by Self-Rottenham. And Brooklyn and Weinbard goes down. Self-Rottenham passes this puck over to Fernhout. Fernhout shot. Save made by Presley Patron. 1:13 to go in the player advantage. Carson Torrey lining up for the face-off against Carson Barrett. Torrey wins the draw. Kozlowski with it. Kozlowski passed over to Copeland. Copeland tried to no-look it and lost the puck. Had to recover it up against the wall. Copeland sends it to the middle. Kozlowski in deep. Back into the slot. Shot wide by Asher Cabral. Comes all the way up. Copeland with it at the point. Fires this across to the center point. Back to Copeland. Copeland all the way across to the far side. Shot. Save. Rebound. Grab by Mason Savage. And he rips that puck all the way down. Hildebrand plays this behind the net for Kozlowski. 39 seconds to go in the penalty kill for JCC. Puck passed off to Copeland. Copeland brings this in. Centering pass and a one-timer. Deflected, goes off the glass, drops down. Barrett can't clear it. Held in at the point by Brown. Brown passes across to Kozlowski. Kozlowski dances around. Puck in the middle. Sanford shot taken by Asher Cabral. Save made. And that puck goes all the way down the length of the ice. 10 seconds to go in the penalty kill. 5 seconds. Redeemer in. Maybe one last shot. Maybe not. Chase Brown fell down. Puck picked up. Mason Savage trying to break this out for Sovey. Sovey in all alone. Shot. Save. Hildebrand. JCC 0 for 2 on the breakaways. 7:27 remaining in the second period. We're well past the halfway mark of this game. JCC leads 2-1. Tyler Sovey taking a face off against, I think it's Noah Wildemar. Shot, blocked, shot, save. Ebersol sends this up, and it is caught by Nick Vanderweer. Vanderweer skating down with this spot. Vanderweer cutting into the middle. Shot, save made, rebound off the glass. Gets up high. Sovey trying to poke this out. Second attempt by G's. Able to get this puck out. Goes in deep. Presley plays this in the trapezoid. Nate Van Wee picks it up. 7 minutes to go. Van Wee, short pass to Duffy. Back over to Nate. Nate loses this. Picked up in the slot. No, it's lost. There's a shot blocked. Kellen Duffy, the big body. Puck comes out into the neutral. Ebersol with the big hit. Adam Beatty loses that puck. Ebersol chases it down along the blue line. Ebersol moving forward with it. Owen into the O-zone. Owen, backhand shot. Oh, and it dances just wide right. Puck comes back out to the point. Nate Van Wee, the snapper, bounces, save, loose puck in the crease, and the whistle is blown. And Easton Hildebrand is laying spread eagle on top of that puck. 6 minutes, 24 seconds to go in the second period. JCC with a 2-1 lead here at the Thoreau Recreation Center in Clayton, New York. Cameron Weinbar facing off against Dawson Abraham. Abrahams pulls this puck back. Grab by Noah Wildemar. And this puck comes out. Turned over in the neutral zone. Carson Barrett snaps this puck back up. Caught in the neutral zone by Colton Knox. Knox feeds this over to Cabral. Cabral goes in, cuts to the corner, sends this back up high for Hildebrand. Shot! Oh, and it went off of Barrett's skate. Off of Barrett's skate. Fernhout with the goal. We've got ourselves a tie game. How unfortunate. Carson Barrett standing where he's supposed to stand. That puck just rifled off his skate and got directed into the net. So it is a Redeemer University goal scored by number 21, Hayden Fernhout, unassisted. Number 21, unassisted. Time of the Redeemer University Royals tying goal, 13:56 of the second period. And here comes Case Brown, shot, save, rebound, goal, Fernhout. Back-to-backers for Fernhout. This one passed off the shot from Chase Brown, number 16, and the Redeemer University has their first lead of the weekend. Redeemer University Royals goal scored by number 21, Hayden Fernhout, assisted by number 16, Chase Brown. 21 from 16, Fernhout from Brown. Time of the Royals goal, 14:18 of the second period, and Redeemer University leads by a score of 3-2 here in the second game of the Cranberry Classic. This face-off won by JCC. Mason Jeeves dumps that puck all the way down. Hildebrand plays it back up. Jeeves is there, sends this back, and it goes up into the netting of the face-off to the left side of Easton Hildebrand. Here's the face-off. Face-off won by Tyler Sovey. Puck comes up to Kellen Duffy, blocked by Adam Beatty. Coming back with this puck the other way, Ashton DeBauer. Puck goes into the corner. Barrett sends this around. Duffy there. Kellen with it, sends this back for Barrett. Barrett, then to the official. Royals shot, save made. Rebound goes into the corner. Played around by Jack Hackett. Loose out in front. Scooped up Carson Barrett. Here comes Barrett. Over to Ebersol. Ebersol forced in wide. Trying to turn around and guard that puck. Centering pad. Stepping up. Sovey shot. That gets deflected. Comes back out for Kellen Duffy. Duffy fires that. That got blocked by Ebersol, I do believe. Jeeves backhands this into the slot. Nothing to it. Puck comes all the way out. Grabbed by Barrett. Barrett passes across for Kellen. Kellen battling, gives this back to Barrett. Barrett able to get this out into the neutral, though. Played there by the Royals. They dump that in. Deep goes on net. Placed down by Presley Patron. This gets fired out. Goes off the glove of Ty Story. Played by Kozlowski. Kozlowski coming back in ahead of Jeeves. Tries shoveling that up for Copeland. Couldn't connect to him. JCC having a hard time getting this puck back out. Boskamp sends this back in. Misses the net. Comes around on the near side. Chase Brown leaves this out in the middle. Tyler Sovey able to get that out. Salvaratnam fires this back in. Goes over the end line. No icing. Grabbed by Tyler Sovey. Sovey fires this around. Salvaratnam picks this up in the neutral zone. Little soft pass over. Played by Tucker Copeland. He fires this and back into the middle. Taken back by Kellen Duffy. Duffy almost lost possession, retreating back to the safety of his trapezoid. Trying to stay in front of Jake Boskamp. Does. Comes out. Got hit by Ty Story. Recovers. That puck sent down the length of the ice. Tipped along the way by multiple people. No icing. Royals regain possession of this puck. Jake Boskamp fires this all the way up. Hits Tucker Copeland. Copeland, toe drag. Loses that puck. Grab by Barrett. Barrett gets this up to Mason. The other Mason. Savage. Kellen Duffy in the corner. Moves this up for Savage. Savage short pass to Weinbar. Weinbar gives this to Bismarck. Bismarck tried pulling it back to the middle, maybe a little too soon. Knocked away by Asher Cabral. Puck comes over onto the side. Picked up by Nick Vanderweer. Vanderweer returns this into the neutral zone. So Cabral, number 22, going to the box. I missed what the penalty was for. Was it a high stick or interference? We'll see what Sam says. The penalties on number 22, Asher Cabral of the Redeemer University Royals, a 2-minute minor at 17:10. Puck ripped all the way around. Carson Barrett's going to come back and pick it up. So Cabral's minor penalty is for holding. Sovey with this puck moves this puck forward at the blue line. Ebersol not able to bring it back in. Presley slides out of his goal to play that puck into the corner. Now he plays it from the corner and gives it to Carson Barrett. Barrett with this puck. Here comes Carson over the center line. He dumps that puck in, goes all the way around far side. Ebersol lets it go to Jeeves. Mason Jeeves makes his move towards the goal. Goes off the back of the net, grabbed by the Royals. Nate Van Wee holds this at the point. Van Wee in, back out to Van Wee. Van Wee fires it across for Barrett. Barrett plays it off the board, sends it in deep, back behind the net, going after it. Ebersol sends this back up to Carson Barrett. Barrett slides over at the point, fires this at the goal, and it's in! Carson Barrett making up for kicking that other puck in the net. Carson Barrett with a goal of his own. Jefferson Community College power play goal scored by number 6, Carson Barrett. Time of the Cannoneers power play goal, 18-19 of the second period, and this game is tied at 3. Royals win this faceoff, send this puck in. Kellen Duffy plays this in the corner. Oh, he gets hit from behind. Out in the middle, shot. And Chase Brown pretty much fanned on that puck. Duffy trying to get this out and does. Kellen brings this into the neutral zone, trying to stay wide. Dumps this puck all the way down. Hildebrand plays this back behind. I thought I heard a whistle. I guess I did not. Duffy fires that shot, gets tipped, and it's in. It's a goal. Kellen Duffy. Jefferson Community College goal scored by number 11, Kellen Duffy, unassisted. Number 11, unassisted. Time of the Cannoneers go-ahead goal, 18:57 of the second period. And JCC now leads by a score of 4-3. And there's an angry Royal seeking redemption. Weinbar facing off against Jake Voskamp. That's center right. Puck move forward. Bismarck going in after it. Drives this into the corner. Busy. Can't get that shot off because of a sliding Tucker Copeland. Puck comes up to the point. Sanford sends this back into the corner. Mason Savage has it. Savage in the corner. Comes up at the circle. Now sends this in deep. Bismarck is sandwiched between two Royals. Puck comes up high. Dumped back in by Kellen Duffy. I can't see that puck along the side. We got a delay penalty. And it's going to be a Royals penalty. So it is Redeemer University Royals penalty. Number 15, 2-minute minor for roughing. Number 15, 2 minutes for roughing. And we also have JCC penalty, number 19, Owen Bismarck, 2 minutes for a roughing. Time of the penalty, 19:38. 4-on-4 hockey. 31 and a half seconds left in the period. 4-on-4 hockey. There's the face-off. Weinbar almost won it. Comes back with the Redeemers. Kellen Duffy sends this forward. Picked up by Colton Knox. Knox passes this over to Cabral. Cabral cycles this in front of his own net. Weinbar trying to keep him honest. Puck comes up. Abraham moving this into the offensive zone. Abraham, shot, save made, rebound. Goes into the netting. 10 seconds to go in this second period. Coach Obi standing next to me with the winning 50-50 raffle ticket. He's got money to give away. Abraham's face-off shot taken by Brown. Blocker save. Presley Patron. Puck is held in by Abraham. Knocked away. Chase Brown, and that'll do it. At the end of 2 periods of play, it is JCC 4 and Redeemer University 3. Period number 3 coming up. Shout out to my sponsors. You can watch all of their stuff going by here, and including the information for the benefit for Kevin Burns. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, and I'll be back in about 10 minutes. All right. Yeah, hockey fans, we are back. Hopefully, you can hear me. I think you can. We're just waiting for the Zamboni to finish up as the intermission has ended. This ice is clean, that's for sure. So 20 minutes are up on the clock. The third and final period is about to begin. Could you do me a favor and make sure that the audio is coming through again, please? Thank you. Here come the stripes out onto the ice. 1, 2, 3. Very capable and able to see referees because we don't make fun of them. That would be rude. And players waiting to get the okay from the officials. Officials are taunting them. I'm not sure what's going on. And here they come. Here come the Cannoneers. Excellent. And here come the Royals. Lots of smiles on the faces of both teams because they are doing what they love. Whether they agree with the calls or the turnout or what have you, it's a different story entirely. But they're still playing the game that we love. It's ice hockey time here at Cerro Recreation Facility in Clayton, New York. One of the homes of the JCC Cannoneers. Right? And we're off. Weinbar with the face-off. Face-off won by the Royals as Voskamp takes that into the offensive zone. Oh, that puck misplayed by Kellen Duffy, but he got fortunate. Goes to Carson Barrett without being kicked into the net. This puck picked up by Kozlowski. Royals visiting team in blue going from right to left this third and final period. Cannoneers in white, the home team, going from left to right here in Clayton, New York. That puck gets by Ethan Salvarotham. And coming down with it, Mason Savage stops short, shoots high, about a foot high. Kellen Duffy grabs this on the far side at the hash mark, moves this puck into the corner, collected there by Jake Voskamp. Voskamp sends that into for Kozlowski. Kozlowski gives it back to Salvarotham in the trapezoid, and that puck is taken away by Weinbar. Weinbar cycles this around at the center point and coughs that puck up and picked up by Chase Brown. Brown over the blue line, trying to weave his way around. Weinbar not able to. Cameron coming back. Not Cameron, that's Barrett. Carson Barrett with this puck shot. That goes wide left. Knocked into the corner by Hildebrand. Duffy pushes this into the trapezoid, picked up by Kozlowski. Kozlowski fires it up to Abrahams. Abraham through the neutral zone. Gets pinched off that puck by Tyler Sovey. Chases after it back behind the net. And Presley Patron plays that over to Mason Savage. Savage dumps that puck in, makes his way around. Kozlowski goes after it in the trapezoid. Puck grabbed by Colton Knox. out, held in by Nate Van Wee, fired into the side. Van Wee again holds this, fires this wide, kicked into the glass by Hildebrand. Popped up high, and Van Wee couldn't knock that one down. Picked up by Sanford. Tyler Sobey with this puck now. Sobey passes it up for Jeeves. Jeeves touches it into the corner. Jeeves going after it. Grabbed by Knox. Sends this back into the corner. Sobey misses it. Puck picked up by Fernhout. Fernhout puts this into the middle for Abraham. Abraham weaves his way, gives this back to Fernhout, and he fires that across, misses everybody. Here comes Ebersol. Owen Ebersol after that puck. He hits Asher DeBauer. Asher gives that puck to Adam Beatty. Beatty fires this across, off the boards, picked up by Brazow. Brazow takes this all the way in, tries to get a shot off. It's on the side, gets covered up, and we got a lost stick by Presley Patron, and looked like a stick hit his hand, his glove hand on the blocker hand. He's it looked like he was holding onto his fingers. Now I don't know what he's doing. He's gonna be all right. The problem is he's psychotic because he's a goalie, and all goalies are crazy. They have to be. It's an insane position. Gonna skate this one off. And looks like Presley's going to be all right. He's going to hang in there. Going to hang tough with the, what is it, new kid. Carson Torrey taking the face off for the Royals. Pulls his puck back, snap forward by Jeeves. Nate Van Wee, hard pass out to Jeeves. Jeeves couldn't catch it, though. Goes off his stick. He gets it by Brazow, though. Making up for it. Here's Jeeves cutting across east to west along the blue line. Tries dumping that puck in. Ebersol over to play. It comes out high. Jeeves lifts the stick of Nick Vanderweer straight up into the air. It wasn't Jeeves, that was Sylvie that did that. In the corner, Owen Van Brocklin guarding that puck. Gets snapped forward for Ebersol and now pass to Jeeves. Here comes Jeeves. Fires that in and goes off for his change. Puck stalled by Hildebrand. Fired forward to Ty Story. Story into the O-zone. Centering pass, and that gets covered up by Presley Patron. And there's something about his equipment he doesn't like. He's fixing his right leg pad now. Undoing the bottom of the straps. He has taken off his right leg pad. Man, he did that pretty quickly. So Presley trying to get that strap on correctly. Oh, look at that. It's Velcro. That's pretty fancy. So Presley looks like he's going to be all right now. And the officials are ready. There's a face-off. Won by the Royals. Snapped in by Asher Cabral. Goes back behind the net. Carson Barrett tries ripping it around. Doesn't get very far. Comes in front. Nate Van Wee saves the day there. Here comes Van Wee skating up with this puck into the neutral zone. Backhands his puck from the center line into the corner. Goes back behind the net. Hildebrand hurries it along for Cabral. On the far side, Van Wee not able to catch that puck. It comes out high. Ty Story with it. Ty Story at the hash mark. Puck knocked away by Caden Perini. Van Wee trying to get that out. Tried kicking it. It didn't happen. Now it's loose. Drew Blevins with a slash. Not cross-check. They're going to call him a cross-check on Blevins. Uh-oh. I lost my pen. So JCC penalty number 88, Drew Blevins, 2-minute minor for cross-checking. Number 88, 2 minutes cross-check. Time of the minor penalty, 4:04 of the third period. And that puck makes its way out into the neutral zone. Played back by the Royals. Koskowski passes it back over to Copeland. Copeland breaks over into the offensive end. Starts passing that over to Torrey. Torrey loses it. Puck comes all the way back. Hildebrand stalls that in the corner. Koskowski over to play it. Here's Hudson skating up with this puck. Passes it over to Fernhout. Fernhout into the Ozo. Sends that across. Grabbed by Copeland. Copeland couldn't hold it. Comes out. Bismarck challenging. Copeland drops that puck back to Fernhout. Fernhout sends it across for Copeland. Copeland loses it. Bismarck going after it. Bismarck smells blood in the water. Busy going after that puck. Chase Brown trying to come out with it. Busy not giving up. Oh, just misses. A huge check on Chase Brown. Puck gets sent all the way back down. Hildebrand stalls it behind the net for Salvaratnam. Salvaratnam skating up with this puck. Squeezes his way by Bismarck. Salvaratnam in the slot and they're offsides. And Salvaratnam is upset. Oh my goodness. And Sam's playing Rush. We're going to have a talk with her afterwards. So Redeemer still on the power play, 45 more seconds. Cabral brings us into the offensive end. Cabral, east-west along the blue line, gives his puck to Boskamp. Boskamp, slot, shot, tipped, goes into the corner, and Barrett rips this all the way down. Played on by Hildebrand, leaves it there for Salvaratnam. Ethan Salvaratnam passes up along the right side for Abrahams. Abrahams trying to keep this in front of Mason Savage. Goes all the way around back behind the net. Up at the point, fired back into the corner. In the corner, Abraham skates this up, passes it across Salvaratnam. Shot, save, rebound. Grabbed by Van Brockman, fires it over to the side. There's the clapper from Abraham, misses, comes all the way out, and the teams are even. Tyler Sovey, shot blocked by Salvaratnam. Sovey shot, trips Salvaratnam. Puck picked up behind the net by Voskamp. Voskamp, near side, skates his puck up, passes it ahead to Abrahams. Abrahams into the O-zone, guards that puck, sends it into the corner around Sovey. Carson Barrett grabs it behind the net. Barrett sends this over into the corner, chases after it. He's got Mason Savage ahead. Savage tried hitting a breaking Sovey, couldn't get it to him. Abrahams fires this back in. Presley Patron stalls it behind his net for Barrett. Barrett rides the glass out into the neutral zone, dumped back in by Beatty. And while Redeemer checks up onside, here comes JCC. Pass Ebersol. Oh, almost a beauty of a play. Here comes Redeemer back the other way. Sovey drops that puck off. Redeemer dumps that puck in. That's it, offsides. Ebersol. Oh, a step too soon. Oh, and so close. He was there. Ebersol was cradling the blue line, and as the puck neared, he jumped over. Needed to wait a little bit more. Ebersol off that face-off. Sovey. Puck goes back for Duffy. Helen passes across D to D. Back up for Ebersol. Owen sends his puck into the corner, chasing it down. Jacob Brazo. Brazo has got G's on him. Brazo with it, sends it back. G snaps it back to Ebersol. Ebersol in front, shot. Save me, Hildebrand. And that gets deflected up into the ceiling. 12:26 to go in this game. JCC with a 4-3 lead here in Clayton, New York at the Thoreau Recreation Center. One of the homes of JCC hockey. Cameron Weinbar in for the faceoff. Faceoff won by Abrahams. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Kellen Duffy catches it. Sends his puck in. JCC checks up onside. Going to grab that puck behind. Colton Knox runs into some trouble with Kellen Duffy. Gives this to Cabral. Cabral sends it up. Ripped in by Jeeves. Rebound picked up by Chase Brown. Brown into the neutral zone. Tried passing this puck up. Puck gets turned back in by Kellen Duffy. Now it's passed over to Fernhout. Fernhout feeds this up to Knox. Colton into the O-zone. Winds up shot. Glove save. Presley Patron. Nice, easy save for Presley. It was going right at his head, so he caught it. 11:49 to go in the third period. JCC with a 4-3 lead here in Clayton, New York. Got quite the crowd here tonight. And that's a high stick. I couldn't see on who. No, it was a high stick on Redeemer University. Abraham taking a face-off against Sovey. Sovey wins the face-off, snaps his puck back for Sanford. Sanford into the corner with Fernhout. JCC comes up. Oh, nice move by Ebersol. Ebersol's got Jeeves shot, misses. Jeeves can't get to it. Puck comes all the way out. Fired back in. Kicked out by Beatty. Beatty looking for it. Puck is at the center line. Move forward by Sam Pereira. Pereira and Jeeves wrapped up. Puck goes into the JCC zone. Abraham's with it. Back for Pereira. Pereira fired. And that save is made by Presley Patron. And I'm sorry, I lost sight of that puck. 11:09 to go in this game. And this is just as exciting as last night's game. Last night's contest, a 5-4 victory for JCC. Right now, JCC leads 4-3. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Weinbar tried moving it through. Ends up being sent down. Hildebrand passes it behind the net for Salvaratnam. Salvaratnam passes this puck up for Voskamp. Voskamp sends this into the middle, intended for Copeland. Copeland trying to chase after it. Presley plays this puck into the corner. Barrett fires this around. Off the boards with it is Voskamp. Can't get that shot off. Bismarck gets checks Voskamp with it. Voskamp sends this in towards the corner. Centering pass by Copeland. Over for Salvaratnam. And his shot is off of Barrett, sticking into the netting. Nice defense by Carson Barrett. Much better than when he kicked the puck into the goal. Voskamp with the face-off. Face-off won by JCC. And that puck went out of play and then back into play. We'll have a face-off in the JCC zone again. 10 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this game. JCC comes away with this puck. Kellen Duffy takes it behind his net. Duffy on the far side. Short pass up to Ebersol. Ebersol loses this to Cabral. Turn back. Ty Story on net, and Jeeves there takes this to the corner. Out it comes. Hustling after it is Cabral. Cabral and Sovey. Sovey comes over. Jeeves misses that as it goes through his leg. Redeemers keeping it in their zone, trying to make some space. This gets dumped in by Voskamp. In it deep, back behind the goal now. Kellen Duffy nudges it ahead, tries chasing after it. He gets ridden on. Puck goes into the corner. Tucker Copeland over there battling against Kellen. Kellen gets this around somebody's errant stick. Dumped back in by Redeemer. Played back by Presley up along the sides. Held in by Colton Knox. Knox goes into the corner. Knox sends this out in front. Ty Story couldn't stay with it. Ebersol coming out with this puck. Owen coming around right. Centering pass shot. Goal! Tyler Sovey! Oh, and there's the Selly. JCC, Jefferson Community College Cannoneers goal scored by number 13, Tyler Sovey, assisted by number 14, Owen Ebersol. 13 from 14. Time of the Jefferson Community College Cannoneers goal, 10:50 of the third period. And that is an offside. Drew Blevins taking a face-off against Carson Torrey. Torrey wins the draw, pulls his puck back, Raz out, dumps it in, goes right to Carson Barrett. Barrett sends it behind the goal for Van Wee. Van Wee can't catch it, but Tanner Esposito does. Esposito forced back into the corner, loses this puck. Van Wee back to get it and keep it away from DeBauer, sends it around behind the net. Out it comes with Carson Barrett. Barrett skating up over the blue line into the O zone, loses that puck in the slot. Coming in behind is Connor Lamb, not able to stay with that puck. Puck passed over. Now Dawson Abrahams with it. Abrahams in around Esposito. Little toe drag taken away by Carson Barrett. Nice defense by Barrett, keeping his eye on that puck. Shot blocked by Nate Van Wee. Barrett off the glass into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the JCC zone with 8:17 remaining in the third period. Jefferson Community College 5, Redeemer University 3. Face-off won by Redeemer. Comes up to the point, though. Knocked out by Bismarck. Bismarck going after it. Bernhout sends that off the official skate. Recovered by Salvaratnam. Ethan Salvaratnam up over the blue line. Little toe drag in the corner. Out on a side shot. Saved by the face mask of Presley Patron. Now he dives on top of that and covers that puck up. And somebody got removed from the crease. Chase Brown there to help him up. And that was Dawson Abrahams. $7:56 remaining in this game. 5-3 JCC lead. Faceoff goes back, picked up by Evan Sanford. Sanford coming up with this puck, loses this puck, trying to regain possession, has it, rips this puck in. Hildebrand can't stall it behind the net. Picked up South Rotterdam, backhands this to Fernhout. Fernhout sends this behind the goal for Kozlowski. Kozlowski to Fernhout. Fernhout passes this puck out for Abrahams. Abrahams into the O zone, now into the corner. And Cameron Weinbar there waiting for that puck. Gets behind Cameron. Now he sends this forward. Picked up Kellen Duffy. Plays that puck. Save made by Presley Patron. Puck goes over into the far corner. Grabbed by Sanford. Sanford sends this off the boards, and that's going to go on net. Save made. Mason Savage in there to keep him honest. So, 2-goal lead, 7 minutes remaining. Sounds like Jaws time. I'm just saying. Bismarck in for the faceoff. Puck comes back. Owen Van Brocklin shot low. Blocked by Voskamp. Shot fired. Save made. Hildebrand on the far side. Puck picked up by Redeemer. They send that all the way down, and that's going to be an icing as Bismarck. It's not Bismarck. As Van Brocklin wins the race. $6:56 to go in this game. 5-3 JCC lead. Face-off won by Sovey. Van Brocklin took that shot, gets blocked by Wildebauer. Drops down in the corner. Cabral with it, sends this behind the goal. Now picked up by Voskamp. Voskamp got Sovey on him. Voskamp kicks this over to the corner. Jeeves had it for a second. Loose puck, Ebersol turns, fire shot, goal! Ebersol to Jeeves. Jeeves buries it home. Jefferson Community College goal scored by number 18, Mason Jeeves, assisted by number 14, Owen Ebersol. 18 from 14, Jeeves from Ebersol. Time of the Jefferson Community College Cannoneers goal, 13:23 of the third period. This puck comes out. Weinbar going after. Weinbar trying to get in front of Pereira. Now he stops short. Pereira falls down. Weinbar back to the point. Weinbar lines up shot. Oh, and Perini just misses that tip. And we're going to have a penalty, an interference penalty against the Royals. Redeemer University penalty, number 6, Adam Beatty. 2-minute minor for interference. Number 6, 2 minutes, interference. Time of the minor penalty, 13:52 of the third period, and it's a JCC power play. Carson Torrey able to get that puck out into the neutral zone, picked up by Cameron Weinbar. Weinbar drifting back with that puck. In his trapezoid, waits for Bismarck. Bismarck comes through, picks this puck up on his way by with some speed. Bismarck at the blue line, weaving his way into the slot, gets it denied by Carson Torrey. Weinbar trying to hold that in, and does. Weinbar drops this puck back to Mason Savage. Savage back to Weinbar. Weinbar over to Jeeves. Shot. Oh no, Bismarck gets blocked. Kellen Duffy. Duffy with this puck. Backhand this long for Savage. He fires this wide. Bismarck sends this behind the net. Weinbar catches it at the corner. Somebody's stick laying in the middle of the ice. 47 seconds ago in the player advantage. Weinbar tries threading this through, and Blevins tried to tip it back. Nothing happening. Kellen Duffy with this puck. Bismarck shot, and that gets deflected into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the zone. 32 seconds remaining in the player advantage for JCC. Four minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the game. JCC leads 6-3, 32 seconds in the player advantage. Puck comes back to Nate Van Wee. Van Wee to Carson Barrett. Barrett back to Van Wee, and Van Wee misses it. Hustling after it, Jake Hackett. Hackett trying to take advantage of the 2-on-1, and Van Wee gets his stick in the way. Hackett over, tries to place this back into the middle, and over to pick that puck up, Tyler Sovey. Rips this around up along the near boards. Jets, Ackland trying to hold it in, but now coming away with this puck. JCC gets fired up. Ebersol touches it, goes into the corner. Kozlowski tries playing that around. Salvarotnam gives it back to Kozlowski. Kozlowski trying to get this by Jeeves. Jeeves forechecking. Kozlowski moves this up. That goes off of Ebersol's stick. That's no icing. No icing. It went off of Ebersol's stick. Oh, that referee missed that one big time. Oh, nope. It's an interference call on Ebersol. So JCC penalty, number 14, Owen Ebersol, 2-minute minor for interference. Number 14, 2 minutes interference. Time of the Cannoneers minor penalty, 16:04 of the third period. And we got just under 4 minutes to go. Salvarotnam passing this puck over to Cabral, fires that, save made. Puck goes into the corner. Sanford trying to get it out, not able to. Puck goes back in deep. Centering pass shot, and it misses. And the net gets dislodged on that play. Nice defense by JCC. 3:41 to go. 1:45 in this penalty kill. Dawson Abrahams taking a face-off against Weinbar. Abrahams wins. Puck comes back. Salvarotnam fires that shot. Goes off the glove. Oh, another shot. Another save by Presley. at the point. Cabral sends this over. Little clappers from Salvaratnam. Misses, or it got tipped and hit the glass. Now comes back over Ethan again. Little snapper, and that goes off the leg of somebody. I didn't see whose leg it was. Royal still with it. Puck passed over to Salvaratnam. He hands it off, and that gets knocked away by JCC. Salvaratnam hustling back, trying to get to that puck. Or it wasn't. That was Jax Acklin that hustled. Where is that puck? That gets sent down by JCC. Played by Hildebrand. Kozlowski coming out with this puck. Forecheck. Nice job by Weinbar. Puck gets dumped in by Chase Brown. Sent around, and Kozlowski not able to keep it in. He's got to play this in the neutral zone and get reset. 43 seconds to go in the power play. Kozlowski into the O zone. Trying to keep this away from Sovi. Puck gets passed across for Brown. Brown in deep. Puck comes loose. Picked up by Torrey. Torrey sends this back up for Brown. Brown backhand on that. Blocked from going to the slot. Sovi able to clear this out. And Kozlowski skates all the way back to his end of the ice to pick this puck up. Stolen momentarily by Sovi. Kozlowski brings this back out. 10 seconds to go in the penalty kill for JCC. Now we're down to 5. In the middle, in the slot, just wide left. Grab by Copeland. Sends this up. There's a shot and a goal. Fernhouse with the hat trick. So it's the Redeemer University Royals goal scored by number 21, his third of the game, a hat trick for Hayden Fernhouse. And the JCC lead is cut to 2. It is now 6-4. 1:55 to go in this game. JCC on the precipice of back-to-back wins here at the Cranberry Classic. So that was a Redeemer goal by number 21, Hayden Fernhout, assisted by 15, Tucker Copeland, from 17, Jacob Brazow. Time of that goal, 18:55. Got 1:40 left in this game. Redeemer trying to come out. Bismarck got a piece of that puck. Now comes back, Fernhout picks this up, cycles this around his end of the ice. Fernhout coming back with it. Tries dumping that forward. It gets blocked. Chase Brown picks it up. Fires it across the ice. That gets dumped in by Ethan Salvaratnam. Grabbed out of the air by Nate Van Wee. And JCC sends this back down to the Royals' end of the ice. 1:10 left. This puck hits out of the zone here. You'll see the Redeemers goalie pulled, I'm sure. But JCC not letting that puck leave the zone. Now it does. Salvaratnam into the O zone. Weinbart turns this puck back into the neutral zone, and Hildebrand has to go back to the goal. There's a shot, glove save by Hildebrand. 48.9 seconds remaining in this game. 2 goals separate JCC from Redeemer. Here's the faceoff, won by Abrahams. Ebersol goes back, gets a piece of that puck. Now it's picked up by Adam Beatty. Beatty coming down through the middle. Hildebrand leaves his net. Puck is taken away by Jeeves. Jeeves and Ebersol fighting into the corner. Puck comes out, is sent back behind the net. Kozlowski picks it up less than 30 seconds to go. Kozlowski on the far side, skating down with this puck over the blue line. Swings and misses, fires that, gets tipped, gets deflected over the back of the net. Kellen Duffy doesn't get it. Puck goes over to the side. Ebersol, no. Who swats at that puck? I couldn't see. I think it was Tyler Sylvie. Jeeves going after it 10 seconds ago. Puck sent down. Fired across, off the legs of Ebersol, picked up by the Sandman. Sanford fires it off of Ebersol, and that's the game. This one ends in a 6-4 victory for JCC as they win both games of the Cranberry Classic here at Clayton Recreation Center. Thoreau Recreation Center in Clayton, New York. Excuse me. And zoom out like that. Watch them shake hands. So, two great games between two great teams. Lots of respect for both teams. Outstanding gentlemen on both sides of the puck. They had a terrific dinner last night in celebration of the Thanksgiving. Again, Jefferson Community College, the winners of the first ever Cranberry Classic. Oh, okay. We should like close out the game and stuff, right? And that concludes another exciting game of ice hockey at the Thoreau Recreation Center here in Clayton, New York, home of the first annual Cranberry Classic with 2 victories. The winner of the Cranberry Classic is Jefferson Community College Cannoneers. We'd like to thank all faculty, staff, parents, friends, Romans, countrymen for making this game possible. Thank you to our officials. We appreciate your professionalism for keeping our players safe and keeping this game intact. We had a prayer circle last night, and there's nothing wrong with giving thanks. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day. All right, and there is tonight's prayer circle. We are done from Clayton, New York, and the Thoreau Recreation Facility. Again, a 6-4 victory for JCC. They win both games of the Cranberry Classic. I am the Dan-Dalin, a positive influence, thanking my sponsors, thanking my subscribers, and reminding you, don't wait for it to be a good day. Make it a great day.